In a world often overshadowed by fear and division, what if one young girl's near-death experience could illuminate a path to love, healing, and hope for humanity? Meet Lily, a vibrant soul whose journey beyond life revealed profound truths about our interconnectedness and the transformative power of love. As she teeters between life and the divine, Lily receives a powerful message from God that could change everything. Will her story inspire a movement of compassion and forgiveness in a world desperately seeking light? Join us as we delve into Lily's extraordinary experience and discover how one moment can alter the course of countless lives. Stay tuned. Your heart is about to be touched in ways you never imagined. If Lily's inspiring journey resonated with you, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more uplifting stories that can transform lives. Hit that likes button to let us know you want to see more content like this, and share this video with friends and family who need a little light in their lives. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. What did Lily's experience mean to you? Your engagement helps us reach more hearts and minds, spreading the message of love and hope. Thank you for being part of our community. Together, let's inspire change and create a world filled with compassion. Lily was a bright and cheerful 10-year-old girl, full of life and curiosity. Living with her family in a quiet suburban neighborhood, she spent her days in simple joy, exploring the world with innocent wonder. Whether she was running barefoot through the backyard, catching butterflies, or losing herself in a book, Lily seemed to embody the carefree nature of childhood. Life felt like an adventure, and every day brought something new to discover. At the heart of Lily's world was her mother, Sarah. Sarah was more than just a parent. She was Lily's best friend, her teacher, and her guide. Their bond was unshakable. Sarah had a gentle way about her, always patient and kind, with a smile that could calm even the busiest of days. She often filled their home with stories about God, life, and love, speaking in a way that made Lily feel safe and loved. The family attended church regularly, but their faith wasn't strict or overbearing. It was something deeply personal, a quiet strength that they carried with them through life. For Sarah, spirituality was about living with kindness and love. She didn't preach or impose rules on Lily. Instead, she let her teachings shine through her actions. Sarah would tell her, "Lily, kindness is the most important thing you can give to others. Always remember that love and peace matter most." Lily soaked up these lessons, but like most children, she didn't fully understand the depth of what her mother was teaching her. To her, love was the warmth of her mother's embrace. Peace was the quiet moments before bed when she'd drift off to sleep, and forgiveness was something you said when you hurt someone by mistake. The bigger ideas about God, life, and what happens after we die were still distant thoughts, too big for her young mind to fully grasp. But as time went on, Lily's natural curiosity began to grow. It started with little questions, the kind children often ask without thinking too much. "Mom, where does God live?" Or, "What happens when people go to heaven?" Her voice was always light and innocent, but Sarah could see there was something deeper behind these questions. Lily wasn't just asking to be playful. She was truly wondering about the world beyond what she could see. Sarah answered each question gently, explaining in ways Lily could understand. "God is everywhere, sweetie. He's always with us, even if we can't see him." These small moments, these little questions, hinted at something more to come. They were like ripples on the surface, quiet but telling of the profound journey that was waiting for Lily. She was beginning to ask the kinds of questions that would soon lead her on an unexpected path. Life, death, and the mysteries of the soul. Lily's heart was opening to these ideas, even if she didn't know it yet. And soon she would find answers, but not in the way she or her family could have ever imagined. One bright summer day, Lily's family decided to take a much-anticipated trip to a serene lake, a perfect escape from their daily routine. The sun shone down from a brilliant blue sky, and a gentle breeze whispered through the trees, carrying with it the refreshing scent of water and adventure. It was the kind of day that felt full of possibility, and Lily could hardly contain her excitement as they arrived. As soon as they set foot on the sandy shore, Lily dashed toward the water, laughter bubbling up like the splashes she made. Her parents, Sarah and her father, spread out a blanket nearby, settling in to soak up the sun while keeping a watchful eye on their daughter. Sarah's heart swelled with joy as she watched Lily play, her spirit as bright as the sun shining above. Lily reveled in the cool water, letting it envelop her like a comforting hug. She splashed and swam, her giggles ringing out over the gentle waves. But as she swam further from the shore, Her delight began to mask the danger lurking beneath the surface. Unbeknownst to her, the water held secrets, a hidden undercurrent waiting to catch her off guard. At first, Lily felt invincible, darting through the water with carefree strokes. Yet, as she ventured farther, the waves began to shift. The water, once playful, turned treacherous. A sudden tug beneath her caught her by surprise, yanking her down into the depths. Panic shot through her as she realized she was too far from the safety of the shore. Desperately, she kicked her legs and waved her arms, trying to swim back. "Mom! Dad!" she shouted, but her voice was quickly swallowed by the sound of splashing water and the rustling wind. Fear gripped her small heart as she fought against the current that pulled her further away. The fun of the day was gone, replaced by a chilling sense of dread. Meanwhile, on the shore, Sarah and her husband were unaware of the unfolding nightmare. They chatted and laughed, lost in their own world, until Sarah's gaze drifted toward the water. A knot formed in her stomach as she saw Lily struggling in the distance. "Lily!" she cried out, her heart racing as she jumped to her feet. The joyful atmosphere shattered in an instant, replaced by terror. Without hesitation, they sprinted toward the water, fear pushing them forward. But the distance felt insurmountable, and each second stretched into eternity. The sun shone brightly, casting glimmers on the water, making it seem deceptively calm, even as Lily was pulled under. Lily's arms flailed as she fought to stay afloat, her small body growing weaker with each passing moment. The reality of the situation sank in as she struggled against the water. "Help me," she thought, her heart pounding furiously. But the waves were relentless, dragging her down deeper. As her parents reached the water's edge, the scene was chaotic. The sun shone brightly, but their hearts were heavy with fear. They pushed through the waves, desperately trying to reach their daughter. Every moment felt like an eternity, and the sound of Sarah's frantic cries filled the air. But the water seemed determined to keep Lily away from them. Lily's head bobbed above and then disappeared beneath the surface, the moment stretching into what felt like forever. Her parents could only watch, helpless, as the realization that they might not reach her in time sank deep within them. The water, which had once been a source of joy, now felt like a cruel enemy determined to take their precious girl. The weight of helplessness hung thick in the air, a palpable sense of dread. As Lily sank beneath the waves, the world around her faded, swallowed by darkness, while her parents stood on the shore, their hearts shattered by fear. The vibrant summer day had turned into a nightmare, and they were powerless to stop it. As Lily's small body surrendered to the relentless water, something extraordinary began to happen. She felt a gentle lift pulling her away from the chaos beneath the surface. It was as if she were floating, rising effortlessly above the lake. In that moment, the panic and fear that had gripped her faded away, replaced by an overwhelming sense of peace. From her new vantage point high above, Lily watched her parents frantically searching for her, their faces twisted in worry and despair. She could hear their desperate cries echoing across the water. "Lily, where are you?" Their voices rang out, filled with love. But in this strange new state, she felt an inexplicable calmness wash over her, as if a warm blanket of comfort had enveloped her spirit. Though she longed to reach out and reassure them, something deeper beckoned her, a brilliant light shimmering in the distance. This radiant light, warm and inviting, called to her like nothing else she had ever experienced. It glowed with a brightness that made her feel safe and cherished, as if it were wrapping her in a loving embrace. As she hovered between the worlds she had known and something entirely new, a sense of wonder filled her heart. What was this place? Where was she going? The questions fluttered in her mind, but their answers seemed less important than the pull toward the light that enveloped her. With every moment, the chaos of the lake below began to fade, replaced by the beauty of the light ahead. As she glided closer, she felt its warmth surrounding her like a tender hug. It felt familiar, reminiscent of the love of her mother or the laughter shared during family dinners. In this strange yet peaceful realm, time lost its significance, and the worries of her earthly life slipped away like leaves in the wind. Lily floated effortlessly, curiosity igniting within her. What lay beyond the light? Would it be as beautiful as it seemed? Colors swirled around her, painting the atmosphere in vibrant shades of gold and white. She felt an unbreakable connection to everything, a sense of unity that transcended her previous understanding of life and death. As she continued to drift toward the light, she couldn't help but notice the stark contrast between the turmoil below and the serenity that surrounded her. While her parents fought desperately against the water, searching for her, she was enveloped in a blanket of peace. The frantic splashes and cries faded into distant murmurs, and for the first time, Lily sensed a profound understanding. She was part of something much bigger than herself. In this moment, the fear that had once gripped her heart transformed into pure curiosity. What awaited her on the other side of the light? As she glided closer, a beautiful sense of belonging blossomed within her, illuminating her spirit with hope and wonder. She was on the cusp of discovering what lay ahead, balancing between the familiar warmth of her family's love and the shimmering unknown of the light. Each pulse of the glowing warmth drew her nearer, inviting her into a new existence filled with endless possibilities. As Lily glided toward the radiant light, she suddenly found herself in a vast, beautiful realm, unlike anything she had ever seen. This extraordinary place overflowed with an overwhelming sense of peace, wrapping around her like a warm blanket. The light here was not harsh. It was soft and gentle, creating an atmosphere that felt incredibly comforting. In this serene space, she sensed a divine presence, an energy that resonated deep within her soul. She instinctively knew she was standing before God. His aura radiated warmth and love, making her feel cherished and secure. When he spoke, his voice was gentle yet powerful, filled with a wisdom that seemed to reach into the very essence of her being. "Welcome, dear Lily," he said, his tone soothing like a soft lullaby. Nearby, angelic beings hovered gracefully, their presence shimmering in the light. They stood with expressions of kindness, watching over her with joy. Each angel seemed to glow softly, their wings shimmering like stardust, and they radiated a comforting aura that made her feel at home. Their serene smiles invited her to embrace the love surrounding her. Yet, even in this breathtaking beauty, a sense of suspense filled the air. As Lily stood before God, her heart raced with anticipation. What would he say to her? Why was she here? The questions swirled in her mind, intertwining with a sense of wonder and awe. Excitement and nervousness bubbled within her, each emotion dancing together as she waited for answers. Would God explain why she had come to this place? Would he unveil the mysteries of life and death that had occupied her thoughts? The air felt charged with possibility, and she took a deep breath, allowing herself to be fully present in this moment of divine connection. In this breathtaking realm, time seemed to lose its meaning. The past and future melted away, leaving only the present moment. As she gazed at God and the divine beings around him, a profound realization blossomed within her. She was safe and she was loved beyond measure. With her heart wide open, Lily eagerly awaited God's words, feeling the power of his presence and the compassion radiating from the angels. This moment held the promise of revelation, a chance to understand her purpose and the journey that lay ahead. As Lily stood before God, a wave of calm enveloped her, and she felt ready to hear his message. "Every soul has a purpose, dear Lily," he said, his voice soft and reassuring. "Love is the most powerful force in the universe. It connects all beings and gives life its true meaning." God continued, explaining how easy it is for people to forget their spiritual nature. In the chaos of daily life, many become lost in feelings of hatred, fear, and anger, he shared, his tone filled with compassion. Lily listened intently, understanding how these emotions could overshadow love and lead individuals astray. In an instant, the scene around her transformed. God unveiled visions of the world, vivid snapshots of humanity grappling with the burdens of greed, selfishness, and ignorance. Lily watched in sadness as people hurt one another, trapped in dark emotions that not only damaged their relationships, but also wounded their own souls. The weight of these negative feelings pressed down on them, making it clear how easily someone could lose themselves in this cycle of suffering. With urgency in his voice, God explained, "Sin weighs down the soul, creating mental anguish and emotional pain. It can trap you in despair." As he spoke, Lily could almost feel the heaviness of those burdens, understanding how they could drown someone in hopelessness. But then God shifted the focus to hope and light. "On the other hand," he continued, "acts of kindness, love, and forgiveness lift the soul. They bring peace and spiritual freedom, allowing you to reconnect with your true purpose." His words painted a vivid picture of the transformative power of goodness, filling Lily with inspiration and a deep desire to embrace these values. Suspense hung in the air as Lily absorbed these vital lessons about human nature and the critical importance of choosing goodness. She sensed that God was sharing profound truths that would forever alter her perspective. Each lesson felt like a key unlocking the door to a deeper understanding of herself and the world around her. As she listened, Her heart swelled with excitement and responsibility. The wisdom she was gaining was not just for her alone. It was a guiding light for her journey ahead. This divine conversation was shaping her, helping her realize that love and kindness could change the world, one soul at a time. With a gentle gesture, God began to guide Lily through different spiritual dimensions. Each realm glowed with its own unique light and energy, vibrant with endless possibilities. "Life and death are not the end, dear Lily," he explained, his voice full of warmth and reassurance. "Instead, they are important parts of a much larger journey that every soul experiences. Each soul has its own path, and every action shapes that journey." As they floated through these beautiful realms, Lily marveled at the breathtaking sights around her. She began to grasp that life on Earth was just one chapter in a much bigger story. The choices you make, the love you share, and even the mistakes you encounter all contribute to your soul's growth, God said, highlighting the significance of each experience in life. With a tender gaze, God imparted a crucial lesson. The ultimate goal of every soul is to find peace, both spiritually and emotionally. He revealed how acts of love, compassion, and forgiveness lead to true inner peace. This peace is what people desperately seek but often overlook in their daily struggles, he continued, pointing out the beauty in simple acts of kindness that can uplift the spirit and connect people with one another. To emphasize this vital message, God shared a powerful verse from the Bible, specifically John 14:27. "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled and do not be afraid." As Lily listened to these words, they resonated deeply within her, reinforcing the idea that true peace comes from trusting in God's plan. Lily's heart swelled with understanding as she absorbed the lessons about the soul's journey. Each realm represented possibilities filled with love, light, and growth. She felt a profound sense of purpose blossoming within her, eager to carry these teachings back to her earthly life. This revelation sparked a glimmer of hope in her. She realized that, although life could be challenging, she held the power to create peace in her heart and share it with those around her. The knowledge that her actions mattered, that her journey was significant, filled her with determination and excitement for what lay ahead. As Lily stood enveloped in the warm, radiant light of God, she sensed a profound weight resting upon her shoulders. God looked down at her with a gaze filled with compassion and purpose, ready to share a vital message meant for all of humanity. "Lily," he began, his voice gentle yet powerful, echoing through the serene atmosphere. "I have an important message that is both a warning and a beacon of hope for your world." Lily's heart raced as she absorbed every word. "People must turn toward love and goodness," God continued, "for it is the only true path to achieving lasting peace. In your everyday lives, you might not always realize it, but every action you take sends ripples into the world, affecting others in ways you may not even see. Every kind word, every gesture of compassion, and even every moment of anger can create waves that reach far beyond your immediate surroundings." As the weight of this truth settled in her heart, Lily felt a deep connection to everyone on Earth. God elaborated, explaining that every human soul is like a thread in a vast, intricate tapestry. When one thread frays or becomes damaged, it impacts the entire fabric, he said. Thus, it's crucial to consider how your choices affect not only your own soul, but also those around you. Acts of kindness and love can strengthen the tapestry, while hatred and selfishness can tear it apart. The atmosphere shifted, and an intense urgency filled the air. God leaned closer, his expression serious yet filled with warmth. Humanity stands at a crucial crossroads. The path you choose now will determine the future of your world. If people continue down the road of selfishness, greed, and hatred, the suffering will deepen. You will see war, despair, and division grow stronger, and the beautiful connection between souls will begin to fray. Images of conflict and sadness flashed through Lily's mind. People arguing, families torn apart, communities in turmoil. A knot of fear tightened in her chest, but just as quickly, hope began to blossom as God continued. "But there is hope," he reassured her. "If humanity chooses to embrace love, forgiveness, and faith, they can heal their souls and mend the fabric of existence." With each word, God painted a vivid picture of what could be. Imagine a world where kindness reigns supreme, where people lift each other up, understanding prevails over judgment, and love becomes the guiding force in every action. This world is within reach, but it requires a conscious choice. Each person must decide to let go of fear and embrace love. Lily's heart swelled with determination. "What can I do?" she asked, her voice barely a whisper, filled with genuine concern. "How can I help people understand this message?" God smiled warmly at her question, his eyes sparkling with encouragement. "You, my dear Lily, will be a messenger of love and hope. Share the lessons you learn. Speak about the importance of kindness, and remind those around you of the power they hold to create change. Inspire others to act with compassion and see beyond their differences." The weight of this responsibility felt both heavy and exhilarating. "But I'm just a little girl," Lily replied, uncertainty creeping into her voice. "You are never too small to make a difference," God said softly. "Remember, even the tiniest act of kindness can create ripples that reach far beyond what you can see. Speak from your heart and let your light shine brightly. You will touch the souls of many." As God spoke, Lily felt a surge of confidence within her. She envisioned herself spreading this message of love and hope, igniting sparks of change wherever she went. The possibilities seemed endless, and her heart brimmed with excitement. "Take this message back with you," God instructed, his voice resonating with authority. "Share it with your family, friends, and community. Encourage them to connect with their own hearts and reflect on the impact of their actions. Help them remember that love is the most powerful force in the universe." In that moment, Lily understood that her journey was far from over. She had been given a precious gift, a vital message for humanity that she would carry back to the world. With God's guidance, she would become a beacon of hope, shining light into the hearts of those she encountered. As the conversation drew to a close, God reminded her of the profound truth she had learned. Love is not just a feeling, it is a choice, a decision you make every day. Choose love, and you will illuminate the world around you. In that moment, Lily felt the warmth of purpose fill her heart. She had a mission to fulfill, and with God's blessing, she was ready to shine her light upon the world. As Lily stood in the presence of God, a wave of love and warmth enveloped her. This feeling was like nothing she had ever experienced. Yet as she basked in this divine light, she sensed that her time here was coming to an end. God looked at her with a gentle yet serious expression, signaling that the moment to say goodbye was approaching. "Lily," he said softly, "your time on earth is not finished. You have an important mission to fulfill, a purpose that only you can achieve." Confusion washed over her. "But why?" "I feel so at peace here," she replied, a hint of reluctance in her voice. "Peace is vital," God explained, his tone soothing but firm. "However, the world you come from needs your light. You must share the message of love, faith, and forgiveness that you've come to understand. Many souls are lost in darkness, and you have the power to guide them toward the light." A flutter of anxiety gripped Lily's heart at the thought of returning to a world filled with trials and tribulations. "How can I do that?" she wondered, uncertainty creeping in. "You will find your way," God assured her. "Remember, you are not alone. I will walk beside you every step of the journey. Your experience here will shape your understanding and empower you to make a difference." Feeling a spark of determination ignite within her, Lily realized that her journey was about more than just herself. It was about inspiring others and spreading love to those who needed it most. "I will do it," she declared, her voice steady with newfound resolve. "I will share your message and help others see the importance of love and kindness." As she prepared to leave this serene realm, a wave of sadness washed over her. She took a moment to look around, taking in the radiant light and the angelic beings surrounding her. "Will I ever see you again?" she asked, her eyes glistening with unshed tears. God smiled, his expression filled with compassion. "Whenever you act with love and kindness, I will be with you in spirit. You carry my message in your heart, and that connection will never fade. Now, go forth with courage and love." With those final words, Lily felt a rush of energy pulling her back to her earthly existence. The vibrant colors of the heavenly realm began to blur and fade, replaced by darkness. She felt weightless, as if being drawn through a tunnel, until finally she burst into the world she once knew. Suddenly, a gasp escaped her lips as the cold water splashed against her face. Panic surged through her as she realized she was back in the lake. Her parents, frantic and desperate, were pulling her from the water. Their faces were a mix of worry and relief, shouting her name, urging her to wake up. As they began to resuscitate her, the tension in the air shattered, replaced by a rush of emotions. Lily coughed and gasped for air, feeling the warmth of her mother's embrace envelop her like a safety net. "You're back! Oh, thank God!" her father exclaimed, tears streaming down his cheeks as he held her tightly. Yet as Lily gazed into their eyes, she felt different. The joy of her family's reunion filled the atmosphere, but she carried a deeper understanding of life, a wisdom born from her extraordinary experience. She realized how fragile and precious life truly was. The laughter and love of her family resonated in her heart, but she also felt the weight of her mission. She had a purpose now, to share the message of love, faith, and forgiveness that she had learned from God. In that moment, Lily knew she would never view life the same way again. The lessons she had gathered during her near-death experience would guide her every step. With a heart full of gratitude and determination, she vowed to make her life a testament to the power of love, ready to embrace the challenges ahead and shine her light in the world. Lily stood in her family's backyard, feeling the sun's warmth envelop her like a cozy blanket. The world seemed more vibrant than ever. The colors of the flowers popped with intensity, the sky was a deeper blue, and even the sounds of chirping birds felt more alive. But what truly radiated within her was a profound sense of purpose. After her incredible experience, she was determined to share the powerful message she had received from God. That evening, as her family gathered around the dinner table, Lily felt a mix of excitement and nervousness bubbling inside her. She took a deep breath, her heart racing, and looked at her parents. "Can I tell you something important?" she asked, her voice steady but tinged with emotion. Her mother and father nodded, their eyes filled with curiosity and concern. "I saw God," she declared, and with those words, she felt a surge of energy coursing through her veins. The room fell silent, the weight of her revelation hanging in the air. Lily recounted her near-death experience, describing the overwhelming warmth and love she had felt from God. "He taught me that love, peace, and forgiveness are the keys to a meaningful life. Every soul has a purpose, and our actions shape our journey," she explained passionately. Her family listened intently, captivated by the sincerity in her words. Her mother's eyes widened, reflecting disbelief and wonder, while her father leaned forward, absorbing every detail. "Do you really believe this, Lily?" her mother asked softly. "I do," Lily replied, her conviction unwavering. "I know it sounds hard to believe, but I truly learned that we are all connected. The kindness we show others can change lives." After sharing her experience with her family, Lily felt an even stronger urge to reach out beyond her home. She wanted to spread her message of love and healing to the world. With a courageous heart, she decided to organize a gathering at her local community center, inviting everyone to come and hear her story. The day of the event arrived, and Lily stood nervously at the front of the room. Familiar faces filled the seats alongside strangers, all eager to hear what she had to say. As she looked around, she noticed a mix of skepticism and curiosity in their eyes. "Thank you all for being here today," she began, her voice steady despite the butterflies swirling in her stomach. "I want to share something extraordinary that happened to me. A few weeks ago, I had a near-death experience that changed my life forever. I met God, and He shared powerful messages about love, peace, and forgiveness." As she spoke, Lily felt a wave of energy wash over her. The people leaned in closer, hanging on her every word. She described her journey through a peaceful realm, the lessons she learned, and the urgency she felt to bring that message back to Earth. Her heartfelt delivery resonated deeply, stirring emotions among those gathered. Tears filled the eyes of many attendees as they connected with Lily's story. They began to reflect on their struggles, strained relationships, misunderstandings, and the weight of guilt they carried. In that moment, Lily's words became a lifeline, a reminder that love has the power to heal and unite. "Life can be tough," she continued, her voice steady with determination, "but we can change our lives by changing our hearts. Love is the strongest force in the universe. It can heal wounds, mend broken bonds, and bring us together in ways we never thought possible. We have the power to rise above fear and anger, and choose kindness and forgiveness instead." As her words hung in the air, the room erupted with applause. Lily felt the energy shift, and the once skeptical crowd transformed into a sea of inspiration. They began to share their own stories, revealing their struggles and triumphs, creating an atmosphere of vulnerability and connection. Weeks turned into months, and Lily continued to share her message throughout the community. She spoke at schools, churches, and local events, igniting a spark of hope in everyone who heard her. Each encounter was a testament to the profound impact her experience had on those around her. People reached out to her, sharing how her story inspired them to change their lives. Some repaired relationships that had been fractured for years, while others found the strength to let go of grudges that had weighed them down. The ripple effect of Lily's message spread, transforming her community in ways she had never imagined. With her newfound purpose, Lily founded a support group focused on healing through love and forgiveness. She gathered people from all walks of life, creating a safe space where they could share their stories, uplift one another, and learn the art of compassion. The group became a sanctuary for those seeking solace and strength, where love flourished and hearts healed. Lily's heart swelled with joy as she witnessed her community grow closer, embracing the principles she had learned from God. The love she had shared was returned, creating a bond among individuals who had once felt distant and divided. Through her journey of sharing the divine message, Lily discovered the truth revealed to her, that love is indeed the most powerful force in the universe. As she continued to inspire others, she felt God's presence guiding her every step of the way. With each story shared, each heart touched, and each life transformed, she knew she was fulfilling her mission to illuminate the world with love and light. Lily's journey was only the beginning. As she shared her incredible experience, her story became a shining beacon of hope and inspiration for countless people. Everywhere she went, individuals from all walks of life began to embrace the spiritual teachings she had returned with from her encounter with God. Each story she told touched hearts, igniting a spark of change and transformation in those who listened. Lily's voice rang out in schools, churches, and community gatherings, each time carrying a message of love, peace, and forgiveness. People hung onto her words, feeling the weight of their meaning. It was in these moments that she saw a profound shift within her people. Her message resonated deeply, encouraging others to reflect on their lives and the choices they made daily. When Lily's heartfelt speech was captured on video and shared online, it quickly went viral. The clips reached millions of viewers, inspiring discussions about spirituality and the importance of love in overcoming life's challenges. The response was overwhelming. People flooded her with messages, expressing their gratitude for reigniting their faith and helping them see the beauty in compassion and connection. In quieter moments, as the sun set and painted the sky in brilliant shades of orange and pink, Lily often took time to reflect on her incredible journey. She remembered the fear and uncertainty that had once consumed her, the anxiety she had felt before her near-death experience. It amazed her how much she had changed, not just for herself, but for everyone who had encountered her story. One evening, with her notebook in hand, she began to write her thoughts. Life is a precious gift, and every moment is an opportunity to choose love over fear. I once felt lost and alone, but now I understand that I am part of something much greater. God sees us, knows us, and loves us unconditionally. We are never truly alone in our struggles. We have the power to reach out, connect, and uplift one another. Lily's heart swelled with gratitude as she recalled the faces of those she had met along her journey. Each person had their own story, their own struggles, and their own victories. She realized that her experience was not just about her, it was about the collective journey of humanity. In her reflections, she wrote, "We live in a world that often feels divided, where fear and hatred can overshadow the light of love. But every act of kindness, every moment of compassion, and every gesture of forgiveness can change the world. We must be the change we wish to see." Feeling a sense of urgency, Lily knew she had to remind people of the importance of embracing love and peace, especially in turbulent times. She understood that while the path ahead might not always be easy, it was one worth pursuing. As she prepared for her next speaking engagement, Lily crafted a powerful call to action. She wanted her people to reflect on their lives and consider how they could contribute to creating a more loving world. "It starts with us," she would say, her voice filled with passion. "Every choice we make can create ripples that lead to change. Let's choose to be a source of light in our families, communities, and beyond." On the day of the event, the atmosphere buzzed with excitement. As Lily stepped onto the stage, she looked out at the crowd, faces filled with hope, curiosity, and a thirst for understanding. Taking a deep breath, she felt the familiar mix of nerves and exhilaration. This was her moment to inspire. "Thank you for being here," she began, her voice steady yet warm. "Today I want to talk about something essential, our ability to choose love, especially when faced with challenges. We live in a world that often feels overshadowed by negativity. but I stand before you as proof that love can and does prevail." Lily shared her journey once more, recounting the transformative lessons she had learned during her encounter with God. She spoke of the interconnectedness of all souls, and how each act of kindness could create a ripple effect that extended far beyond what we could see. "We are all part of the same beautiful tapestry," she explained. "Our actions matter. They have the power to uplift others and bring healing to a world in need." As she continued, she emphasized the importance of forgiveness. "Holding on to anger only weighs us down," she said. "It's time to let go, to heal, and to embrace the love that surrounds us." The crowd nodded in agreement, feeling the weight of her words and the truth behind them. To wrap up her speech, Lily shared a powerful Bible verse that had always resonated with her. In John 14:27, we are reminded, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give you." This peace is not just a fleeting moment. It's a profound state of being that we can access when we choose love and faith. With her heart full, Lily looked out at the people, filled with hope and determination. As we go forward from this moment, I encourage each of you to reflect on how you can embody love in your daily lives. It starts with small acts, smiles, kind words, and moments of understanding. These simple gestures can spark incredible change. As she stepped off the stage, the applause resonated around her, filling her with warmth and encouragement. People approached her with tears in their eyes, expressing how her message had touched their hearts. Lily embraced them, feeling the deep connections being forged in that moment. In the weeks that followed, Lily continued her mission, reminding people through social media, community gatherings, and personal interactions that life doesn't end with death, and no one is ever truly alone. Her story became a legacy of love, inspiring countless others to take action in their lives. Lily's final message lingered in the hearts of all who heard her. Life is a journey filled with choices. Choose love, choose peace, and remember, you are never alone in this journey. God is always watching over you, guiding you toward the light. And so, with each new day, Lily remained committed to spreading the message that had changed her life forever. In a world that often feels divided, she stood as a reminder that love, faith, and community have the power to heal, transform, and unite us all. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey through Lily's near-death experience. Her powerful story reminds us all of the importance of love, compassion, and the enduring connection we share with one another. As you reflect on the lessons learned today, remember that life continues beyond our earthly existence, and we are never truly alone. If Lily's experience touched your heart, be sure to subscribe for more life-changing stories and insights. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with those who might need a little inspiration in their lives. Until next time, stay hopeful, choose love, and keep shining your light.